Okay, good morning, friends. We're continuing in Mishnah Berura, Daf Hashavua. We're in Siman Kuf Chaf Gimel Seif Gimel. Kisha Poiseya. When you take the 3 steps back. Oiker Regel Smal Tchila. You first move your left foot back first. You move your left foot back. That's how you start, yeah? And why the left foot? Look in the Mishnah Berura Sivkata and Yud Gimel Tchila. The Mistama Oiker Enosh Kara Diamina Beresha. Normally people uproot their right foot first. I always wondered about this, like lefty righty, does it apply by feet? You know, yeah? Are you a lefty and a righty? Like, is there lefty righty by foot? Yeah, l'chayra. You uproot your left foot to show that it's difficult for you to take leave of Hashem. So what about if you're a lefty? If you're a lefty, do you first put your right foot back first? Luckily, I'm a righty. I don't need, yeah. Any lefties here? Reb Usher is a lefty. Even though he's raising his right hand and he's signaling his right hand, that's because he's multi-talented. But actually, most people in my family are lefties, besides me. I have a lot of lefties in my family. Anyway, the Magen Avram says, according to this, a lefty should first put his right foot back. But there's another reason for this that's brought in the Taz, that accordingly there's no chiluk between a righty and lefty, and that's how the Ber Heitev was soisem. But the Chayadim, the Graz, they bring the first reason of the Magen Avram, and then it would spell a difference by a lefty. He doesn't bring what that other reason is. I guess we would have to look that up. Okay. Says the Mishnah Berura, V'nei seder hashalosh psios eluhu. Here's the order of the 3 steps. Tchila yafsir b'regel smal psia ktana. First, you take a small step back with your left foot. V'achar kach yafsir b'shal yamin psia gedoyla. Then you take a big step back with your right foot. V'achar kach yafsir b'smal b'ofen shia raglav shavim. Then you take a small step with your left foot to make your feet equal, meaning like this. I'll demonstrate, but you won't be able to see my feet. But not sure how this is going to help. So you take a left foot back first, so that the toes of your left foot are equal to the heel of your right foot. Then you take so that's a half a step. Then you take a big full step where now the toe of your right foot is equal to the heel of your left foot, and then you have the 2 feet together. Okay? That's the correct way to do it. The Chazon Ish would be poiseya all the 3 steps with his feet far from each other. I guess that means he would not take a half a step with the left foot. Take a big step. I don't know what the Chazon Ish did, and that's not what the Mishnah Berura says, so I'm not sure why he did that. Okay. Weiter in the Mishnah Berura. We have to see further in the Mechaber. The shear of these footsteps, the chalapachas who kadei sheyitain gudol b'tzadakiv. You want to put the toe by the heel, but as we said, you're going to put by putting the left foot by the right heel. That's a shorter step. By now putting the right foot by the left heel, that's a bigger step. L'chadchila lo yafsir psios gasus yosim zeh. L'chadchila, you should not take bigger steps than this. Beis Yosef b'shem Arches Chaim v'das atzmai. What does Vidalid Ayin stand for? Do you have that in your Mishnah Berura? Lefi hatam shekasa beis Yosef l'gimel psios b'shem Rav Hai. Let's see. Let's see this Mishnah Berura in Siman Kuf Chaf Gimel V'divrei atzmai. That's the Ramah's own opinion, according to the reasoning of the Beis Yosef for the 3 footsteps in the name of Rav Hai. Says the Mishnah Berura, Kedei sheyitain. Just like the footsteps of the Kohanim when they did the Avodah, they would put their heel by their toe. Less than this amount, it's not considered a footstep at all. You can't be lenient even if it's a very tight spot. So let's say yesterday I davened in a shul, and they had pews. Yeah? So if they're pews, there's nowhere to go. And actually, it was yeshiva week. And, my son was hacking me, can we go to this place, Hachaim Hashalom? I said, if I'm ready. Otherwise, I have to go to a different place that was 5 minutes later. And I needed to go to a place that was 5 minutes later. And he's looking at me, we're taking the 3 steps back. He's like, where am I supposed to go over here? And I never even... I got so used to the fact that in the pews, so what do you do in the pews? You make a 90-degree turn, basically. Really, it's not good enough to take these minuscule steps. That's what the Mishnah Berura is saying. That Pachos mishir zeh ein aleh shem psia klal. Ein la hakel afilu hamakom tsar v'dachak. So Rav Shlomo Zalman says, take steps to the sides. And that's what the Aruch HaShulchan says as well. That's what I did. So in other words, you turn yourself 90 degrees. Now, if you look around, people they're not doing that. No, they're not doing that. That's because we weren't up to this halacha yesterday, so nobody did. But now that the word is out, they're going to get the memo to turn 90 degrees. Now, v'yesh mekilim b'makam atchak. There are those who are lenient if it's a makam atchak. That is what? To take baby steps. Like the Bach brings in the Sharat Tzion Sivkatan Tezayin. But less than 3 steps, the Shulchan Shlomo says, you cannot be lenient, afilu b'shas adchak. What if like this? You couldn't take really 3 steps back. So you took 3 baby steps, and now they moved the bench behind you. Do I now have to take bigger steps? No, you did what you did. This that you take the 3 steps back is if the guy behind you isn't davening. If he's davening, in all situations you should not walk in his daled amos v'chanal b'siman kuf beis. You should not take bigger steps on this. Lishna darama ena medukduk. The lashon of the Ramah is not accurate or precise. Dahavale lichtay b'lashon v'yeshaimrim. He should have wrote v'yeshaimrim. Why? Because he's arguing on the Mechaber. The Mechaber says the way you take the 3 steps back is you first oika regal small, and you want to put the gudal b'tzad akev. And now the Ramah is saying, don't take psios gasos yoser mizah. Meaning, the Ramah is actually saying it's better to take big steps. The hachoylek al mechaber, the sfir le l'chol ha'pachos. It's mashma. Meaning, if you look carefully at the lashon of Mechaber, Shir says l'chol ha'pachos. The Mechaber shita is that this shear of your toe by your heel is minimum, but you really, it's better to take bigger ones. Now I understand some people. You see some people, they're davening Shemone in the front of the shul. You turn around, they're in the back of the shul. How'd they get there? So if you would watch how they take the 3 steps back, I don't know. They they cover a lot of ground in their 3 steps. That's the shita of the Mechaber. The Ramah says no. The Ramah is a yesh oimrim. Meaning the Ramah says l'chadchil lo yavsiyah b'siyas gasos yoser mizeh. The Mechaber is saying the minimum shear, but bigger the better. So what, Sfardim take big steps? I don't know.
That's where it comes from. It doesn't look like Yesh Emrit.
So where does this Yesh Emrim come from? The Beis Yosef in the name of the Orchos Chaim, das atz divrei atzmai, according to the reason of the Beis Yosef. Okay, maybe at the end of the show I'll take out my special Orchos Chaim from the Chidah. Okay, then the Mishnah Berura continues. Lo yafsiya. Why? Why lecharchila should you not take bigger steps? The tefillah is keneged tmidim tiknam. The tefillah were instead keneged the karbanos. You need it to be similar to the Kohanim their avodah. You shouldn't take bigger steps. Looks like you're running from the king. The Bir Agra equates this with what we learned earlier in Siman Sadi, that when you leave the Beis HaKnesses, you're now to run, you're now to take a psia gasa, because it shows that it's difficult for you to leave the shul. So too, the reason why not to take bigger steps from Shemone Esrei is it looks like you're running out of Shemone Esrei. Now what about the guy, you ever see a guy, they take 17 steps at the end of Shemone Esrei? Now I don't think he means any harm. He just has no clue, that's all, But the question is, are you allowed to be moisif on the steps? Misha moisif ala shoyis psiois havayura. If you add to the 3 steps, it's gaiva. It says Mishra havayura shenir shu choylek kavay l'shkin yosim mishabnei adam. It looks like you're offering more honor to Hashem than everyone else.
Is that a good thing?
It's good to offer more kavod than that. It's good to offer more kavod. It's not good to be a bal gaiva. So it's not worth it. It's not worth it. That's what yura is. Yura is when you do things publicly better than other people. Now it's specifically talking about things that are not required. For example, learning Torah, you have to learn. So there's no yura. But if you're noyeg a certain chumrah, then you should not do it in the presence of other people if they're not doing it. There are a lot of guidelines of that.
I thought it meant giving clearly more covet to Hashem than the covet that you give to others.
No, you're giving Hashem more honor than other people give him honor.
Right.
Yeah. All right, friends, have a good one. Have a good day.
Recording stopped.